When most people hear the word philosophy, they think of abstract theories, distant ideals, and endless debates. But William James flipped that idea upside down. For James, philosophy had one job: to help us live. If an idea doesn't change how we act, choose, or feel, it's just noise. This is the heart of pragmatism. Ideas are tools, beliefs are experiments, and truth isn't sacred, it's useful. James didn't care if a belief was elegant or ancient. He cared if it worked, if it helped people navigate the chaos of life. Pragmatism says, don't ask, is it true? Ask, does it help? This makes pragmatism less about perfect answers and more about practical survival. A philosophy of action, not perfection. In a world of uncertainty, James offers a radical proposal. Stop searching for ultimate truth. Start building truths that guide you moment by moment. Because maybe what matters isn't what's true forever. Maybe what matters is what's true enough, right now. To William James, pragmatism wasn't just a philosophy, it was an invitation to a life of risk, choice, and courage. Why? Because pragmatism puts you in charge. It doesn't give you a map, it gives you a blank page, and it says, draw your path. For James, every belief, every decision is an experiment. There are no guarantees, no final answers, only the test. Does it help you thrive? Does it help you live? This makes life unpredictable, and that, James believed, is where the adventure begins. Most philosophies promise certainty. Pragmatism promises uncertainty, with meaning built along the way. Imagine standing at a crossroads with no signs. Pragmatism doesn't tell you where to go. It tells you, pick a direction, walk, learn, adjust. And in doing so, you become both the explorer and the map maker. James saw this as the essence of a meaningful life. Not a life of fixed truths handed down by others, but a life of bold steps, personal responsibility, and endless curiosity. He wrote, "Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact." So ask yourself, are you ready to be the author of your own adventure, or are you still waiting for someone to write your story for you? Pragmatism sounds simple. Test what works, drop what doesn't. But when you really live it, it demands something terrifying: real choice. William James argued that every decision in life is a wager. We bet on beliefs, on paths, on people, and pragmatism forces us to own those bets. No more blaming fate, no more hiding behind truths handed down by others. Imagine standing in front of two doors, one marked certainty, the other uncertainty. Most of us, even if we dream of freedom, reach for the door labeled certainty, because certainty feels safe. But James knew that's where growth dies. Pragmatism invites us to take the uncertain door, to choose knowing we might fail, to act knowing we'll have to adjust, to live knowing there are no perfect answers, only better questions. And here's the catch. Pragmatism refuses to let us play the victim. If we choose, we're responsible. If we act, we own the outcome. James believed that this is what makes life truly free. Not the absence of limits, but the courage to choose and choose again. So are you living your life, or just borrowing someone else's map? Pragmatism isn't a philosophy for spectators. It's a philosophy for those who step onto the field. William James saw life as an experiment in motion. Every action you take is a hypothesis. Every outcome, good or bad, is data. And what matters isn't perfection. What matters is that you act, learn, and adjust. In this way, pragmatism makes risk part of the process. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect guarantee, pragmatism would say, you're not living yet. James believed that courage isn't about having no fear. It's about moving forward while fear walks beside you. The pragmatic spirit asks, what small action can I take today that tests my ideas? How can I learn faster by trying rather than thinking? Because in the end, progress doesn't belong to those who waited. It belongs to those who acted, those who risked being wrong, risked failing, risked changing. And here's the paradox. The more you act, the clearer your path becomes. Not because the world changes, but because you change. So the question is, are you ready to stop planning your life and start living it? Freedom sounds beautiful until it lands in your hands. Because with freedom comes the heaviest weight, responsibility. Pragmatism doesn't let you hide behind grand theories or cosmic destinies. It hands you the pen and says, write your life. Every choice is yours. Every consequence is yours. William James believed that true freedom wasn't about doing whatever you want. It was about choosing well and owning what comes next. This kind of freedom is terrifying because it strips away excuses. No more, I had no choice. No more, it was fate. Just you, your choices, and the reality they create. Pragmatism teaches that beliefs aren't decorations for your mind. They're tools for living. And if your tools don't serve you, it's your job to replace them. That means no belief is sacred. No idea is untouchable. If it doesn't help you live bravely and well, it's time to let it go. So ask yourself, are you carrying beliefs that serve you, or ones that shield you from responsibility? Because in the pragmatic life, freedom isn't given, it's built, choice by choice, day by day. So where does this leave us? Pragmatism doesn't offer comfort. It offers a challenge. To stop waiting for perfect answers. To stop decorating your cage and calling it freedom. To choose, act, learn, and repeat. William James believed that life isn't about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself, moment by moment, choice by choice. And this creation isn't smooth. It's messy. It's full of failed experiments, abandoned beliefs, and uncomfortable truths. But this is the price of real freedom. Not freedom from limits, freedom from illusions. In the pragmatic life, you are both the sculptor and the clay. You shape yourself as you go, using failure as much as success. So, what's left to ask? Are you willing to risk being wrong over and over just to build a life that's truly yours? Or will you keep borrowing answers, wearing masks, and calling it peace? Because in the end, the real question isn't what is truth, it's what truth will you dare to live?